Get ready for an unforgettable experience. Are you ready? Five, four, three, two, one.
Let's get hype.
Oh, yeah. What's going on, Cowboys Nation? Y'all know what it is. It's the late night hype. I actually got y'all backwards here. Silver and Blue Nation, Law Nation, flip.
That's all good.
We'll get that fixed. But right now, we got a party. Here we go.
Party.
Come on. A lot to talk about. 40 mil? That can't be for real. 40 mil? Ain't for real. Let's
I
go.
ain't feeling it. That ain't the deal.
40 mil ain't the deal.
40 mil ain't the deal.
What's going on,
Pay the man,
Cowboys Nation?
Y'all lost me with that one.
Give him 40 mil.
Y'all lost me with it. I thought we were starting out good.
Fellas,
I thought we were starting out good today, y'all.
fellas. Let's slow into it. Let's slow into it. Let's slow into it. Let's let it marinate a little bit. But first, before we get into all that, how you guys doing? How you doing, Law Nation? How you doing, Big Game?
Man, I'm doing
great.
better than I deserve right now, man. I'm
Oh, I
doing
feel
good
you.
over here.
Law doing better than all of us. He eating jambalaya, drinking good, eating good, and chilling in the hood.
I can
You know,
hear
they
you.
treat me well out here in Natchez. Shout out to
Donation.
my guys.
Already?
Donation. Don't make the donation.
You don't need no donation there. You eating good over there. We
Hey, they
starving.
made the donation to food bank over
We
here. Shout out
starving.
to my
We
boy
starving
Biscuit,
over
man.
here. We starving.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Shout out to Biscuit, baby.
All right, y'all see how? Yeah. Now see how I got y'all flip. Now watch
Yeah,
this.
we-
Now watch this magic one time for the one time. 3, 2,
I'm
1.
sipping.
Huh. We fixed now.
I'm sipping in Blue Nation, Big Game James, Law Nation. That's what I'm talking
Not
about.
today.
There we
Let's
go.
roll this thing,
There we
baby.
go. He got it right. He got it right.
We
He got it
flipped
right.
it. You
I
know
ain't
it's
the beer.
magic. You know it's
What
magic.
up, Ryan?
Hey, what's going on out there in Cowboys Nation land? Y'all know in a few minutes we gonna do the roll call, but not now. We gonna save it because I wanna hop into a conversation first because we know that Amari Cooper and Dak Prescott, things are heating up.
Yeah.
Things are really, really heating up. So can you guys give me kind of your thoughts on the Cooper situation? Because we just got wind that the Dallas Cowboys and Amari Cooper, we do have a donation. You know we got to interrupt.
$4.99. Holla from Aaron
Appreciate
Lewis.
donation,
Donation.
$4.99 for your
$4.99.
mind, baby.
Smacking fools already. Appreciate you, Aaron.
Facts. So Amari Cooper right now, the word is that he is closer to a deal with the Cowboys than Dak Prescott, and Ed Waters says he may be getting his deal before Dak. Last week we brought it up. This week it seems like a reality. How do we feel about this, fellas?
I'm gonna let James
Go ahead,
go,
Lo.
man.
Oh,
Go
okay.
take care of that thing for me, man.
Well, number one, I feel good because I've been on Amari Cooper's train the whole time. I've been wanting him to come back. I feel like he is. Me and Will, we talked about it early on the show with DC 4L download about he could be he really should be a top 5 receiver in my eyes. And when you look at when you brought him over, you spent a first round pick. You knew you were going to have to pay him. And what has he done since he's come over to the Cowboys? He's produced lovely and large. You saw what he did in half a year, okay? And then you come back after a full year with an injury in training camp, and then you come back and have almost career numbers across the board. I think you need to pay this guy, and he's still only 25, still 25 years old, a young guy. So they've always said that If you got the money, you can pay him. That salary cap is overrated. You got the bread, you can pay him. They can pay Amari Cooper, and in my opinion, they should. The Cowboys have always been good with triplets, and this could be another triplet right here. You got Ezekiel in the fold for another at least 3 to 4 years. You're trying to get Dak Prescott signed. Get this three-headed monster in the game so you can go ahead and win a championship because you have the elements right there.
Facts.
Facts, man. Facts. Hey, I concur, man, with all what you said, man, with Amari Cooper. Look, Cowboy Nation, I know that every time we get a player and they don't play to the way we want them to play, everybody be so quick to say, let's get rid of them. But newsflash, Nation. Newsflash. Let's listen to this right quick. Amari Cooper came onto the folds when we were 3 and 5. We had, dare I say, in Ezekiel, the main man, Elliott, the path of the righteous man. We also had, dare I say, all of the other people that's on this team. But when we got Amari Cooper, he flipped this entire team over, and we made it to the playoff. One can argue that the only bad thing that Amari Cooper did, that he extended Jason Garrett for an extra year. That's the only bad thing he did. On top of that, he played with a plantar fasciitis. Have you ever heard somebody play that good with a plantar fasciitis?
No,
because it's a killer-ass injury. Yeah. I've had it, and it ain't nothing to joke with.
We saw Des Bryant get sat down because of the plantar fasciitis.
I seen Randy Moss, who's a monster when he had plantar fasciitis, didn't play. I seen Deion Sanders when he had plantar fasciitis, did not play. That is a terrible injury, especially if you're a receiver type. And for him to have plantar fasciitis, for him to have a messed up hammy, for him to have a bad foot, and like I said, still produce those numbers. And here's the thing. I honestly believe, like a lot of people, he really does love Dallas.
Yep.
He really wants to, and he has been saying it from day one. I don't want to go anywhere else. I love it here. I want to be here. I don't want to go anywhere else. Me and Dak have great chemistry. We had it from the day one. So if you hear a receiver who's your top receiver coming out and saying that from the very beginning, has been saying that the whole damn time, and y'all got to figure it out. Y'all can make it happen with signing Amari Cooper. It doesn't need to be this extra because we know that CBA is coming up. And we know it's been extended, and that is going to be huge because we need to find out, being you were talking about it earlier, which tags are going to really happen because those tags are going to be critical. Me and Will had a little disagreement with the tags.
Oh, we'll bring it up.
Because I don't know if Dak is going to get the exclusive. That's what I'm a little. We'll see.
We'll bring that up on the next segment and see what Law has to say and what the Cowboys Nation has to say. So,
but bring Amari back.
Yeah. So it's looking like Amari Cooper is nearing a deal. Obviously, I don't want to speak prematurely, but that's just kind of what I'm getting from the reports. I don't know if you guys are feeling that same way, but it really feels like Cooper's going to get done. It really does.
No doubt.
It really does. Y'all know this is one of my favorite parts of doing the late night hype, and it is hopping into the hype chat. It's been super booming. I can't even get through them all, but shout out to everybody in the chat. Y'all know what I love to do. Let me know where you're from. Let us know. What do you say, Law? We say your location of the nation.
Location for the nation.
Let us know
NTZ, baby.
Your location of the nation. And then what do you tell them on top of that, Silver Blue? Big game.
Location for the nation and donation.
Hey.
Donation.
Where y'all from out there? We got 215 Philly Cowboy round my way. 215, that's Philly, obviously. Philly Cowboy. Houston, Texas in the building. By the way,
Smooth representing Fort Worth, Houston in the building.
I want to apologize for all our Massachusetts fans, because last week I butchered that real bad.
Yeah, you did. I told you too. I was like, what the hell did you just say? He said Massachusetts.
I said Massachusetts.
He said Massachusetts.
I apologize,
I don't know no place named Massachusetts.
I apologize, Massachusetts fans. Dallas, Texas,
BA
703.
615 in the house. Tennessee. Oh, we got a donation to help grow the nation.
Donation.
Thank you for the donation.
Get them donations popping, y'all. We can't live without them.
Let me roll them down. Kentucky in the building. Dallas, Texas. Memphis in the building again. 954-620 in the house. 404 H-Town. Knocking boots. Who else we got?
What you know about knocking boots?
Come on,
boy?
man.
You too young for that.
Don't listen. Don't let the baby face fool ya.
Somebody rocking.
Knocking
know
the
nothing about
boots.
them knocking
Come on
boots.
now.
Go ahead,
704-267 VA in the house.
Something.
New Jersey. Shout out to Church. Church is in session. Tyrone in the building. Hey,
Yeah.
shout out to
Call on
Eastside.
Tyrone.
Hold on. Did I just see a Harrisburg? Bradley Boswell from Harrisburg, PA, my hometown. But I think he's in Houston right
What
now.
I'm talking about. That's what I'm
Edinburgh,
talking about.
Texas, DC4L, Macon, Georgia, Loveland, Colorado. Oh, I can't even say this next one. Texarkana,
What?
Texarkana, 870, West Virginia, Liberty, Texas in the building. K-Town,
South
Oak Harbor,
Carolina,
Hutchinson,
Spartanburg.
Kansas City.
We just need to
Woo.
get some more international.
Bigminton, New York. We had a Australia resident up in here.
Where's my guy at?
Shout
My
out to
guy-
Tyrone.
Aloha.
With the
Tyrone.
$2 holla as Big Game like to say.
$2 holla. We know how Tyrone do. He come with them spitting them $2 hollers. He don't play around with them $2 hollers.
He says give Dak 6 years $138.
Yeah.
Skeptical fan with the donation. Also says a red down arrow with vertical words. Hey Skep, you the man for that.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys. Donations, and appreciate you guys telling us where you're from. Ohio. I mean, y'all everywhere, man. Fort
We got Columbus,
Lauderdale.
Ohio, 614 in
North
here. Edmond, Austin,
Dakota.
what's up? I'm repping that 614 right now, big dog.
Harrisburg. Hey Bradley, we
Yeah,
got to
I'm
meet
talking
up.
about.
Harrisburg, Chicago, Illinois. Y'all everywhere, man. The nation is strong. The nation is large, and we appreciate the locations of where the nation. New Mexico and North Carolina. Now- Now,
Memphis.
nation, Hampton, Virginia, Jersey, South Carolina. Tell us, because they're about to tell y'all about the Amari Cooper thing, and Dak Prescott's not quite there yet. But we did get kind of breaking news on the way into the show.
Right.
The Dak Prescott rumor right now, guys, is that they countered the low ball offer of $33 million. Remember the low ball, 33.3.
Yeah.
They countered the high rate of $40 million a year, 4-year, $160 million deal. Just thoughts on it. Thoughts on it, nation. Thoughts on it, Law and Big Game. Law, you can start off. Let us know, what do you think this offer was? Do you think this is the real deal, Holyfield, or are we talking about just a counter?
I really think that's the real deal, Holyfield. I don't like when people say the sky's the limit when you got footprints on the moon. You see, my thing is with this Cowboy Nation, you gotta understand that the salary cap been increasing year by year by year by year. So it's already the speculations for the nation is that the salary cap is going to be at $242 billion.
240.
If I'm the guy that asking billionaires to pay me my salary, don't you think that I'm going to start off with the highest bidder? I'm going to start off with the highest creme de la creme. I'm going to say to the world, give me the 165 or the $160 million,
Okay.
$40 million a year. Give me. That's what I would do. I don't know about you, but that's what I would do, collectively speaking, Cowboy Nation.
Where we at with this Big Game?
Where
Like your
y'all
boy,
at with?
like your boy said on the one show, that's a no from me, dog.
Come on, man. Come on.
That's a no from me, dog. What he say on there? That's a no from me, dog. I'm
Did you hear
sorry.
what I said,
That's a no
BK?
from me,
Did
dog.
you hear what I
That's a
said?
no from me, dog.
No,
Hey,
the
I love you,
cap
Dak.
been
That's a
increased.
no from me, dog.
Chris Woods with the donation. Shout out to
The
Chris
salary cap
Woods.
been increased, man.
That's a no from me. Let it increase about 300 million.
Chris Woods
Check out my dog, Chris Woods.
Chris Woods,
Donated
$9.99.
$9.99. Holla. Hey, you come over here too, Chris. No, but the reason, look, I'm not hating on Dak. Like I said, I want him to get his bread. I was talking about the starting if it's the exclusive, and let's say he gets tagged the exclusive, I think is 33.6. I think that's the lowest.
I like that. Slayer.
I just feel like, I mean, I don't know, just 40 mil. You be the highest paid quarterback in the league. I know Jimmy G and
For
them
a hot
guys.
second.
For a hot second, won't be long because Patrick Mahomes is probably going to trump him. Well, he
He's
is going
coming.
to trump him.
He is.
Probably Deshaun Watson is probably going to trump him. So yeah, we can understand that 40 million will be gone within a year and a half. He won't be the number one guy any longer. But man, 40 million. Woo!
Yeah, Todd Francis.
I like 35. 35, real good to me. 40, wow, 40, and you ain't really did nothing. But as I said, that's how the market goes. Because remember, Jimmy G and those guys got all their bread. They didn't do jack poo.
Todd Francis walked into Jerry's office and said 40 million. Jerry said,
I don't like your attitude.
No, he said, get your damn act together. That's what he said. Play that one.
But the thing is, although he's asking for 40, they made me in the middle of the road at 37. He ain't gonna go in there and say,
there we go.
What about 35?
There we go.
Huh?
There we go. Okay, so let me give my quick take on this.
Go ahead.
I think what happened here, Nation and the squad, is that the Cowboys came in with a low ball offer. And of course, Dallas
33 ain't low.
I mean 33 is the franchise tag.
Salary cap.
It's the franchise tag. So that's where we start. So Todd and Dak and his peoples come to the table, and of course, if you're going to go low, I'm going to go high, the highest of the highs, right? Knowing I'm not going to get this, but this is where we going to start it at, and this is where you're going to start it at. Let's meet in the middle. Let's meet it in the middle. So I think, I mean, if I had to guess, I think it's going to come around 36.5. But
that's what I think is going to be 36.
Right. And then we're getting a lot of 35, 36, 37. Let's be real for a quick second here, because if he gets 40, am I going to sit here and freak out over an extra $2 or $3 million? Absolutely not. But the people hear they see that round number of 40 and their minds just go crazy. It goes crazy,
but 40 goes. The reason why their mind is going crazy at 40 because he'll be the highest paid quarterback in the league.
But he's going to be the highest paid quarterback at 35, 36.
Well, I'm just saying. I guess you're right. The 40 just kind of makes it like, whoa,
because we've never seen it before.
It just feels unbelievable.
Right.
I think that when the Carr brothers signed that $25 million contract, a lot of people was looking at it like 25.
Yeah.
What are you 25?
So
but Aaron Rodgers was looking at it like, yes, I'm going to get paid that bread. And that's how he got to the 33.
So I want
somebody got to start it off.
What happened in the hype chat real quick is I'm trying to catch as much as I can catch. You guys are moving real quick. I saw George say, I want to know what Dak's career win-loss numbers against above 500 teams, not just last season, his career numbers. Anybody find that for me? George, his career win-loss against above 500 teams. I think he's
11-11.
No, I don't. I think last year it went down.
Did it go down a little bit?
But if you actually go and look into most of the quarterbacks in the league, there's only like 3
500 numbers.
Right. There's only like 3 quarterbacks that have above 500 record against winning teams. It's like Ben Roethlisberger, Russell Wilson, and Tom Brady.
But see, here's the thing.
Shout out to Tyron Church, by the way.
I'm gonna say something about that right
donation
quick.
for Tyron Church.
Who got a donation?
Yeah, Tyron Church, $2 donation, says Cowboys need to put their money where their mouth is. I agree.
Donation.
Go ahead, brother.
You come over here too, Tyrone. Come on over. Come on over, Tyrone. Come on over. But listen, here's the thing. When it's like, you know, people are always, first it was dink and dunk. Eastside Harold, he known for that one. Dink and dunk, Dak, he can't throw for no yards. Then when he throws for over almost 5,000 yards, then they want to find anything. And I'm not pointing anybody out, so don't go there. But I'm just saying, the narrative was he can't throw the ball, right? He can't throw for any yards. He only throwing for 200 yards a game. So then he goes for almost 5,000. Then guess what? The next narrative, because the hate is, well, he didn't beat nobody over 5. He didn't beat no good teams. They're always going to find some kind of excuse not to pay Dak Prescott. If he was beating 500 teams, if he threw 4 or 5,000, they'd have found something else. They'd have said, well, when he throws the ball, his right foot kicks out every single time, and I just don't like that. They'd have found something about Dak Prescott. So Dak Prescott, no matter what he does in Dallas, let's just assume, doesn't matter what Dak Prescott does, he got to win the Super Bowl. And even if he wins the Super Bowl, people are still going to hate him. That's just what it is now. That's just what it is.
Your thoughts, Law, before I touch on this record, because a lot of people are bringing up that 1-7 last year. But your touch, hey, what's going on, my Cowboys?
It wasn't just him though.
No, we know that.
Contribute some of this stuff to Jason Garrett. Come on, man. The guy was playing with his hand behind his back. He had Jason Garrett. Yep. Let me repeat. He had Jason Garrett. His collective career record is 40-24 since 2016. There's only one other quarterback with more wins than, dare I say, Dak Prescott, and his name is Thomas Brady.
Hey, oh, there you go, Tyrone. I knew you was gonna come on over. You better come on over. Just call on Tyrone. He said, "Pay Dak some McCarthy needs to teach Dak to be balanced." Yeah, okay, I feel you on that one.
Real quick, shout out to all the Facebook and YouTube users. If you are on Facebook, make sure you do like this. And if you are on YouTube, it'd be a big help if you like this right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everybody click like right now and subscribe.
Give a hell.
Subscribe if you haven't subscribed to all our pages. Want to throw that out there. Now, I've seen a lot of people throwing around the whole 1-7 thing against winning teams. Why are we just holding on to this 1 year as if he didn't play 3 other years?
Against quality teams.
As if we didn't see him beat quality teams. As if we didn't see him perform very well, might I add. Or how do you say, Law Nation? Collective, dare I say, against playoff teams. You see, he played well against playoff teams. I'm just saying. He made some hell of a big plays against the Seahawks. He won. He played very well as a rookie. Beat Russell Wilson. Played very well against the Packers in the playoffs. Is it his fault?
Should have won that game.
No, not his fault. And then in the Rams game, he played a very even game in my opinion. So
I'm sorry to cut you off, but hey, we got a $10 holla from Darren Baker. $10 holla. Slap me with the 10. Slap me with the 10 again.
Can't get you in, baby.
Can't get you in. You got in the club. You is in the club, Mr. Baker. We allow you in. You in VIP status now.
Back
Come on
window.
upstairs.
Can't get you in, baby.
So I just wanted to kind of just touch on that a little bit. If you tuned into my live yesterday, I brought you numbers and I brought you film because we like to bring the numbers, right? But I try to bring some film of why Dak Prescott is better and why he's worthy. The comparison I used was Thor and his hammer, right? If you're a Marvel fan, #MCU. I love Marvel Universe. If you like Marvel Universe, you'll understand this. Thor has a hammer called Mjolnir, if I said that right, and he only can use it if he's worthy. Anybody can only use it if he's worthy. And Thor was worthy at one point, but then his hammer was taken away from him. Dak Prescott was worthy after his rookie year. Everyone loved him. Then he struggled a little bit in his second year, struggled a little bit in his third year, and it was like, you know what, man, no, everybody started hating on him. Then he smacked everybody upside the head the second half of 2018, and he played very well in 2019. Now all of a sudden, people are scared because of the price tag. Forget the price tag. We need to forget the dollar sign. Is he worthy? Look at the totality of his career. Look at his potential. Look at his career arc. It shows that he is, guys. He's getting better with his footwork. His accuracy has been much better this year. And he proved to me he is worthy of whatever price tag is going to be. It's not his fault.
You said whatever price tag?
Whatever it's going to be, man.
He said it.
Whatever it's going to be.
I heard him say it. I heard him say it.
Here's why.
You said it.
Here's why.
Break it down.
Because the salary cap is going to increase. We're bitching and moaning and complaining about what it is now. In 2 years, Dak is going to be the 8th highest paid quarterback, and no one's going to give a damn. They're not going to give a damn.
You're right, because, I mean, when you look at Jimmy G, remember when he signed? Look at him now. Look at his contract now. When Cam Newton, when he signed, look at his contract now. I mean, we see a lot of those guys that signed Stafford, all of those guys who signed those big contracts within a couple of years, their contracts do get trumped. I feel you. I feel y'all. But right now, a 40 burger, that's just a no from me, dog. I'm just going to say that. I'm sorry.
What it is, Dave, it just
give me 37.
See, this
just
give
me 37. Give me 37.
Look, we sat on, Dave.
Give me 37.
We sat on $22 million last year.
Give me 37, Law.
We could have cut Tyrone Crawford and we'd have had $32 million.
But we ain't cut him.
We ain't cut him. But what we did with him?
He ain't still there. He's still there.
He's still there. So what I'm trying to lament to everybody is that don't fall in love with the money side of it and understand that this salary cap at $242 expected $1 million, man, you can sign everybody.
Yeah.
Don't look at those numbers like that.
Well, we know we ain't gonna sign Byron Jones, right?
Hold on. Think about this. What were we doing in 2015? What did we do in 2015?
We were
did we have
4 and 12.
The same offensive line? Did we rank number 3 overall in collective rushing yards in 2015?
Yes.
The only 2 things that we changed in 2016 is, dare I say, I'm gonna use my words there, Ezekiel, the path of the righteous man, and Dak Prescott.
Yep.
Jaden Smith didn't play. He was hurt. He was nimble and all of those things. So what I'm trying to say is, Cowboy Nation, we still had Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett, who you guys interviewed, George Iloka said that they would have a game plan. They will have everything in order from week Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then Sunday come around.
They throw it out.
They get hit in the mouth and they say, you know what?
Let's change that. Let's get conservative,
Let's
dog.
change that. Let's do what
He
we
said that's
do
a no
best.
from me, dog.
He's not exaggerating.
Let me break this down, though. I'm just saying this. We had that Saints game in the bag, baby. The aficionados came on, of course. Jason Witten fumbled the ball. I give him that.
So does Zeke.
But when Ezekiel Elliott had his elbow inside the ground, and then they say, you know what, that's a fumble. Come on, man. That's not Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott was throwing the ball all over the field against the Minnesota Land. And then the head coach said, no, we're going to run the ball with Ezekiel Elliott, who was averaging 1.9 yards per carry that game. On the flip side, when we played against the Patriots, Ezekiel Elliott was averaging 5.9 yards per carry.
And he stopped giving it to him.
They said, you know what? Let's throw the ball in the monsoon, in the rain. Because Rain Dakota, that's his name, right? So what I'm trying to say is, Cowboy Nation, if you smell what the law
Hold on. I got you, Law.
Hey, Dak Prescott.
Hold on, I got you, Law.
If you smell what the rock is cooking.
Got you, brother.
That's what I'm talking about. Pay the man, and because those games are so close, I do know that you say that you want the quarterback to be the difference maker. When have Ezekiel Elliott been the difference maker?
Oh.
We all putting the hate and all of the trials and tribulations on Dak Prescott. But when have Ezekiel, the main man, Elliott, been the difference maker? I'll wait.
Yeah,
Listen,
you spitting some fire to me, dog.
I'm so glad he brought up because why?
Spitting fire, dog.
Why is it that coaching gets glossed over when it comes to this team, to this quarterback, what this offense really mostly is what I'm talking about? Because if you look at a lot of the great quarterbacks in their great runs or their Super Bowl runs, it is tied to a coach that knew what the hell he was doing. Knew what the hell he was doing. I understand that Patrick Mahomes is like godlike with his arm, but you know who's godlike with his game planning? Andy Reid. Go look at his resume.
Hey, didn't Patrick Mahomes just said he couldn't read defenses?
Couldn't read defenses for 2.5 years.
He couldn't read defenses. He said he was just out there winging it.
Boy, I need to get that cut, man. When did he say that?
He said that last week.
He said it last week. He said he was just out there playing ball.
He said I ain't learned to read defenses till week 8 of last year.
Y'all dropping some knowledge on me, man. I need to go. I'm gonna find that clip. Boy.
So I urge Cowboys Nation, because I talked about this yesterday, and now we got a bigger crowd here. Let me ask all you out there. I'm looking into the camera. Find me a quarterback in his first 3 to 4 years in the league that has won the Super Bowl or been to the big game with subpar coaching or subpar talent or both. Because we get a whole lot of he can't carry the team. Find me a quarterback in his first 4 years in the league, outside of maybe Dan Marino, that has carried his team without really damn good coaching or really damn good talent or both. And then tell me why a 4th-round quarterback thrown into the fire is the exception. He should be the exception to the damn rule. Remind me that.
Y'all spin some fire. I think
that.
when I came at you with that's a no for me, dog, I think I brought that out of you. I brought that out of you. See, I'm going to do that more often. I'm playing devil's advocate. I'm just lying. I'm just lying, Craig. I want $40 million.
Let's see what the nation's saying. Man, because they are rolling.
Because see, look, just like we also got to understand this. When we're talking about Dak Prescott, when we look at our team last year, We had one of the worst special teams in the league with the first-year special teamer coach. Our defense regressed. Okay,
Yeah.
the defense regressed. You didn't use a Tony Pollard. You didn't use your weapons to the fullest, and basically you put what I feel like it was last year. That was a prove-it year to Dak Prescott to me. When they got Kellen Moore, they wanted to see if Dak Prescott could throw the ball because that's what everybody was talking about with him. And I think they wanted to see for themselves. Could he be a guy that could wing it? And that's why they were throwing the ball everywhere. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now you got the right type of coach, I feel like, in a McCarthy because we feel like he is a quarterback whisperer. And I feel like it's going to enhance him. Like I said, they figure out the contract, whatever, do whatever. I don't care. Just figure it out and get him into camp because, as I said before, the big three of Amari Cooper, Zeke Elliott, and Dak Prescott can take the Cowboys to the promised land because you have the elements to do that. You have a top receiver, you have a top running back, and you have a up-and-coming quarterback who's still continuing to get better. Dak Prescott hasn't reached his ceiling. For anybody who thinks Dak Prescott has reached his ceiling,
let me
that's not
answer
even
some
close.
of these people questions in the chat box, Big Head.
Yeah, I got some I want to touch on.
To what my guy Steele was saying. Hey, they said you put out there what quarterback wanted with a subpar coach and these sort of things.
None.
They said Big Ben Roethlisberger. I want people to go back and look at this, do their homework. Big Ben Roethlisberger.
That shouldn't even be the first name.
With a defense.
He had a defense. He had a run game. He had everything. He didn't have to do nothing. Do we remember how shitty he played in the Super Bowl?
He had the worst.
Do we remember how shitty he played in the Super Bowl? He played like crap in the Super Bowl.
He had the worst Super Bowl performance in the history of the game in the Super Bowl. He was carried by one of the best rushing teams.
Hines wore through a touchdown that game.
Listen, he had Bill Cowher as his head coach who's going to the Hall of Fame. He had a historical defense. Ben Roethlisberger shouldn't even be brought up. Keep going. Keep him coming.
Don't bring him up. Next.
Let me body them right quick. When we talk about team,
I want to see.
We talk about identity.
Where'd you go?
I want people to know what was the identity of the Dallas Cowboys since 2016 that was established week to week. The Pittsburgh
there was never a
identity.
Yeah, there was never. Dallas never had no identity.
The Ravens had an identity when they won the Super Bowl. Dare I say, even the Patriots, although they cheated, yes, they had the answer to the test. They had the identity, baby.
Although they cheated.
You know, of course. Everybody want to bring up fly, Eagles, fly. I call them cry, Eagles, cry. But I'm going to say this right quick. Didn't they run the rock?
They were top five in rushing, I believe, or top 10.
Didn't they went out there and made some free agent acquisitions?
They made them big free agent acquisitions to get them over the damn hump, and that's why they did it. But like real quick, Justin Quarles says our special teams was ranked 30th last year. Our defense was ranked 19th.
I mean, come on. I mean, that was it was plain as day to see the team was not the team had talent, but it was not equipped with the right coaching to put the talent together. That just
didn't have an identity. We didn't know.
That's coaching.
I mean, let's be honest. Yeah, that's true. It's coaching, but let's be honest. Let's be honest. None of us knew week to week what Cowboy team was going to show up.
Nope.
None of us.
Nope.
None of us. No Cowboy fan, media, nobody knew week to week which Cowboy team was going to show up. And that's why you couldn't. Remember, Law, when you was like, Jay, what's your prediction? I said, ain't no more predictions.
No more predictions.
I ain't give you no more predictions.
Let me read this comment quick.
I will say this. Don't you know that we knew this? You knew too, Sky. The team always played down to the what?
Competition.
I want you to take here for a minute, brother. And my brother, man, he want to interject.
What's going on, brother Law?
What up, Law, brother?
What's happening? Every week you knew how Dallas was going to fare because they get flat at the end of every game. They never finish strong. When you watch the football game, they keep you excited right to the end. There's no climactic finish. That's what the Cowboys were lacking. And I put a comment in there. I wanted to address the Dak Prescott issue. I feel like Dak was a product of this poor coaching in reality.
Here we go.
He never got a chance to really expose the dynamics of his game. When he came out of college, he was a run-pass type quarterback. So now you get him in the game. Now all you see him do is trying to drop back in the pocket and throw. And that's not who Dak Prescott is at all. So if a true, pure coach would expose all the abilities of their players they have on the team. I feel like I'm just throwing it in here real quick. Y'all can give me some feedback in a minute. But I feel like Ezekiel Elliott was the hugest letdown for all that sellout he did. He stalled out the whole league. He made us feel like it. You look at him on paper, and you come back and tell me what did he do this season? It wasn't worth what he asked for. And so I felt real disappointed from Ezekiel because he could have really brought a lot more action to the game. But he played a lot of games that were flat. That could have been decisive games. Cowboys clearly should have made it to the playoffs. I'm not even a Cowboys fan, but they should have made it to the playoffs.
Absolutely.
Easy. A lot of games they gave up because they ran out of gas at the end. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, I don't think they just ran out of gas. I just think, once again, the poor coaching comes into play. If you looked at a lot of the games, the Cowboys were in a lot of the games, but what happened? It will be a 2 or 3 mistakes by coaching or player mistakes that would just – and here's the problem that I had with Garrett, and that's why I feel like he was gone. These things were reoccurring where people were like, oh, well, you can't blame Garrett for the hold or you can't blame Garrett for the drop pass. But the problem is you saw that in 2019. You saw the same thing in 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014. So that's the reason why you had to get rid of Garrett because, yes, he ain't out there catching the ball, but it's the same thing happening with different players. It's the same exact thing. And if you see that trend happening, that means there's an issue and a problem. And I listened to Jesse Holley, and I agreed with him in this. The Cowboys didn't really lose on Sunday. They lost during the week because they weren't mentally preparing during the week. And when you don't mentally prepare during the week, when you play in games, those little mistakes the mental things that you didn't tighten up during the week in practice, they show in the game. And it's the little things that show in the game. And that's what happened. And that's what I believe. I agree. Because I coach football. And if you guys aren't tuned in during the week, the mistakes that you aren't looking at in the week, they're going to come up in the game. And that's a guarantee. And they're going to come up when you don't want them to come up.
Hey, that was good. I like that, man. Because fourth quarter preparation happens before you even get on the field. And you can do all kinds of highlight scenarios, game scenarios for that fourth quarter finish.
There you go.
And that's what happens a lot of times when you look at it. Now, like I said, I'm just a football fan. I just chimed in here because I noticed how the conversation was going. I don't want to attack the coach, but at the end of the day, before we beat up on Dak and say he's not this, it's the coach's job to see what's in them and to extract that ability out of those players. And like you said, if you coach football in the week, you know who you're going to put in the fourth quarter. You know who you want to seal the deal because you've rehearsed that play time and time again. And look, I ain't gonna lie. I'm a little partial to the Saints because I live down here in Natchez. But the reality is, Cowboys should have won at least 4 of those games that they lost in that fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And it was like, yo, I hated it for my brother because he's diehard, he loves it. And I'm like, yo, and I had to call him, tell him, man, I agree with you 1,000%. That's why I think he put the beard challenge on the line, man.
Yeah.
It was like, some of this stuff, man, is supposed to bring us home. But if you could just spin it and you see it and you want it so bad, kind of like that Fury and Wilder fight, man.
Yeah, Fury, yeah.
Why was there no uppercuts thrown?
I disagree, Cowboys Nation.
Fury kept dropping his head. I wanted to see him, and just like the Cowboys, I wanted to see him just stick right at the end, man. Bring it home, bro. Hey, it just didn't happen. I don't want to call it the curse of Dallas, but I feel like, honestly, if there was a coach that could really allow Dak to do what Dak does, we could see a lot of productivity come out of him, man. I just see so much potential in him. Preach! When I watch him, I seen him make passes that were pretty much like tough passes, man. That was like, preach! When I look at his numbers, I kind of Googled his numbers a little bit and just watched his numbers. This season was probably a better season prior to his first season. He had a few flats, but this last season, Dak had some great numbers, man. But it was the finish, man. And like my other guy said, that coaching, man, it was exposed through the season. A lot of just poor decisions. I feel bad for Garrett. I don't want anybody to lose their job.
I don't feel bad for Garrett.
If I go to work and I don't do the job that I'm being paid to do, they're going to bring somebody in that's more qualified to do the position that I should have been doing the whole time.
I don't feel bad for Garrett. He made almost $50 million. I don't feel no sympathy for him at all. You made out like a bandit in Dallas and didn't win nothing. I don't feel sorry for you because you made a lot of money. Give it to me because I could have did what you did.
Hey,
we didn't go to the play. I bet you I could have coached and not make the playoffs either.
Sure, right. That's right. Hey, you can't do no worse, right?
Can't do no worse.
Hey, we just know we wouldn't have 10 years to make those mistakes.
No, hell no.
10
we
years.
getting
But we all
folks-
know what that is.
We already know.
I'm getting the folks in the comments saying when is it Dak's fault
Biscuit, what's up?
and what have you. Listen, we're not saying Dak Prescott is without fault. Dak Prescott has had bad games. We get that. He's thrown bad passes. We get that. But this team was 8-8. And we're in a lot of games in the fourth quarter. If it's 1 or 2 games we lose in the fourth quarter because of players, I can understand that. But when you lose about 5 or 6 games in the fourth quarter, at some point,
Right.
you got to look at coaching and say, what the hell are we doing? Because your players can't possibly be going out there every single fourth quarter and just be getting their butts whipped. Not that kind of talent. Not that kind of talent. When we see subpar teams with subpar players, teams like the Philadelphia Eagles rise to the occasion with players that are not better than the guys we have and perform.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you with that. I mean, but we're going to see. Now it's a new dawn. It's a new era. You got a lot of coaches that are veteran coaches that are on the team, and we know what McCarthy has done. Like I said, people always talk about Aaron Rodgers this. Well, he had Aaron Rodgers. And what we go back to is Aaron Rodgers came in. Number one, Aaron Rodgers didn't play for 3 years. He sat behind Brett Favre. So Aaron Rodgers was not a finished product because if he was the man when he came out, he would have took Brett Favre's job then. But he wasn't. So you had to get developed. So it wasn't like Aaron Rodgers came in killing the NFL. That's not what he did. He had to be developed. He had to be under the tutelage.
No,
and
Cowboys Nation. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Cowboys Nation 71. He's the one. So he said the difference was Wentz was better. The difference was the coaching was better. Did you realize what Doug Peterson did once his players got injured? He stopped going to his wide receivers and start going to his tight ends and running backs. When the Cowboys players over the number of years, this is with Tony and with Dak, when players get injured or when things have to change, he does not change. He does the same damn thing. And coaches, when you go look at the games, coaches, opposing defenses, they say, hey, you're not going to do nothing. You're not going to adjust. We're going to take advantage of that. When Ezekiel Elliott went out, what did we do? What did we change up? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Let me add this in. Shout out to PL, man, for making a donation to help grow the nation with the $5 holla.
$5 holla.
Yes, indeed. But like I said earlier, Jason Garrett is the type of guy that as long as he got that GPS, he can get you anywhere in Dallas. But if you take that GPS from Jason Garrett, he's gonna look at it like, hey, how do I get back to 75?
Facts. Oh man, that's facts.
I-20. You say, so that's the thing is with Jason Garrett. Is he a bad coach? I don't know. Is he a great coach? I can tell you that.
See, this is my.
He's a good. He's a coordinator.
He's a coordinator.
He's a coordinator. He's a coordinator. He's a coordinator.
So Carson Wentz, apparently, according to these Eagle fans, elevated his players. So we do realize.
Where the hell did Carson Wentz ever elevate his damn players? Man, shut the hell up with that. Carson Wentz ain't elevated nobody.
We do realize.
Who the hell is he elevating? What the hell is he won?
Yeah,
Don't make that damn comparison. Go look at them damn numbers. Don't say nothing to me about no damn Carson Wentz. I gave Carson Wentz that love when he first came out because I thought he was damn good, and I still think he's a good quarterback. But sitting there saying Carson Wentz is better than Dak Prescott, you smoking some good huff.
This is how sickening it is to me that fans they devalue coaching so much, man. I appreciate Doug. This is the thing. I have a Philly fan. One of my best friends is a Philly fan, and he hates that I give Doug so much credit because he wants me to hate the Eagles so much. But I said, listen, he's a good coach. He knows how to adapt. He's not perfect, but he knows how to adapt. I'm jealous because we didn't have a coach that could adapt. I wish we did. Because if we did, we would have saw, I believe, Dak Prescott be in the playoffs last year. But I don't want to go on Carson Wentz, Dak Prescott tangent here. But go ahead, Law, finish it off.
Hey, I shout out to Stellos, man.
We got donation.
$10 holla.
That's what Stellos does. That's what Stellos does. Come on over here, Stellos. I ain't talked to you in a while. Come on over here and see me, big dog.
Hey, let me give you guys this analogy. Hey, he said Carson Wentz ain't great. You know what I'm saying? He said his coaching made him good.
Yes.
But here's the thing. Let me lament what Stellos is saying. I want to encourage you guys to go watch this movie. I'm a movie guy, and I said this before, Big Game James and Scott. This movie called Coach Carter. Same talent that they had the previous year. They couldn't win a game. Y'all know Samuel L. Jackson played in that movie, Coach Carter. You remember that movie, Coach Carter? Hey, he came in and he ripped open that program. And he made those boys who was good turn into great. And he made those horrible players turn into good. And that's what coaches do. They elevate, baby. The elevation for the nation.
Look at the Rams. Look at the Rams. They had Jeff Fisher. Cowboys. They weren't doing anything. They changed their coach. Jared Goff, what were they saying about him?
Cowboys Nation 71. You crazy, brother.
They were saying Jared Goff's bust. He's terrible. He's trash. Whatever. They get a new coach. All of a sudden, guess what? He gets a new contract.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Can I go on a bit of a tangent here to explain this situation?
Go hard on Skywalker.
So this is why you have to take everything into context. Dak Prescott came into the league in 2016, got thrown into the fire 2 weeks before the season, and had an amazing season. And everyone said, "Oh, it's because they weren't ready for him." Sure, if you want to call it that, whatever. He still was a rookie quarterback. Meanwhile, the guys around him, remember, Jared Goff was supposed to be a bust, like you said, in 2016. Carson Wentz, we still were like, I don't know. He had a pretty up and down mediocre year. But what happened the following season? The front offices and the coaches said, we're not going to sit on our hands. We're going to go make moves. They fired 9-7, 8-8 Jeff Fisher. They brought in an amazing offensive mind, Sean McVay, and they revamped the entire team. They built a great team around him. Carson Wentz, their front office said, you know what? We're not going to sit here with the same offensive weapons. We're going to go get a number one receiver. We're going to go trade for Jay Ajayi. We're going to upgrade the defense. We're going to get a bona fide backup quarterback. They upgraded the team. What did the Cowboys do?
Nothing.
Oh, we were 13-3. We sat on our fat
got
selves.
Michael Bennett.
Nope. No. I'm talking about after 2016.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say
got Michael after
Bennett
2016, instead of realizing, hey, man, this Dak Prescott and Dez Bryant chemistry is not looking too hot. Maybe we should go get a receiver. Hey, man, Terrence Williams doesn't look like the number 2 guy here, but we're going to bring him back anyway. Hey, man, let's bring back Bryce Butler. Oh, Jason Witten's 35 years old, can't get more than 2 yards after the catch. We brought back the same exact team and didn't upgrade anything around them. Oh, and on top,
had major injuries.
Hold on. On top
Stellos and dropped another $10 holla.
Shout out to Stellos. But let me finish right quick.
I think he meant to drop it on your page, man.
Tell him to come on over here. Tell him to come on over.
Tyrone with the $2 holla.
$2 holla. Come on, finish it out, Will.
Let me finish it out.
Finish it out, baby.
So on top of not upgrading the talent around the team, not just Dak, we came back with a worse offensive system. People don't realize this. They came to Dak and said, okay, you're the man, so what we're going to do is give you the playbook that we had for a 14-year veteran. And it backfired. It backfired. And once guys went down, Sean Lee, Tyron Smith, Ezekiel Elliott, our coach got exposed. He could not, and we saw this in 2015, but we didn't take advantage of it. We didn't say, hey, you could not adjust in 2015. We should have did something. But in 2017, he did not adjust, and it sent us on a downward spiral. Okay?
Well, see, not just that, Will, is that unless Garrett had a perfect system or a perfect team, we weren't going to win.
I call them the horses.
It's the GPS analysis.
We saw 2014, everything kind of went perfect, right? Yep. Everything kind of fell in place, right? 2015.
Thank you,
had
Damon.
A major injury. When Romo went down, what do we know? What the first thing you saw when Romo broke his collarbone? What the first thing you said?
It's over.
Oh, well.
Season's over. That's the first thing you said, right?
Over,
So that should tell you right there about your coach. If your top quarterback went down like that, and these other coaches, there's been other coaches that have had top quarterbacks go down and steal.
We just saw the Steelers.
We just saw the Saints. Drew Brees go down. They said, "Oh yeah, Drew Brees is go down. We about to smash these Saints." What happened? Coaching kept them afloat. What did Teddy Bridgewater do? Coaching. You get what I'm saying?
Preach.
So you see, when Romo went down, we all said season's over. That's just indicative on our coaching. And then every time we seen it, every single year we see it, that every time it was a tough or clutch game, Dallas would always fold. I'm just glad that nightmare is over. And I believe, like I said, we're going to see what happens with McCarthy. And I believe that the one thing that I'm really excited about with this new staff, I feel like they have pressure, a good pressure. because I feel like they know that they don't have a long time. They don't have this 10-year window like a Garrett did. Okay, they need to win now. Jerry ain't getting no younger, so he's going to put fire and pressure on them to win. And they have that self-pressure because everybody from the outside is saying, you got a veteran staff now. You got guys who went to the Super Bowl. You got guys who've done this. So this should be the time for you to elevate. So he's got a lot of pressure, and that staff does too. So we're going to see what pressure brings. Was it bust pipes? All that, what's that saying or something? We're going to see what that pressure does this year.
Pressure bust pipes or it makes diamonds.
There it goes.
It does.
Makes diamonds.
I can't come back behind that.
We'll like
Drew in the chat box said, why are we always blaming Jason Garrett?
Drew, I'm not, and this is not being facetious. Are you a Cowboys fan or not?
He's the Eagles guy. It's a Uncle Drew, man. He's the Eagles guy.
The Eagles have won a Super Bowl winning coach.
Same reason why they blamed Andy Reid.
Hold on, he's an Eagles fan?
He's an Eagle fan. Yeah.
Okay, then it makes sense why he doesn't understand why we blame Jason Garrett.
He should blame Andy Reid.
Well, I mean, I don't know, but Jason Garrett and Andy Reid not even in the same stratosphere. But if you are not a Cowboys fan, then you can't quite understand why we blame Jason Garrett for a lot of stuff, and I really don't even have enough time to explain it to you, brother. so with that said,
he said, you know what, you got to come over and we need to talk because I got a book to write you.
We'll talk, that. Yeah. Come when I maybe we do one of these other streams and I can go on a tangent, but right now we done went on a bunch of them. But when we come back, we're going to touch on the CBA and what that means for the Dallas Cowboys right after this.
Good over there.
All right, y'all. We're here. The CBA has been pushed back. I believe Big Game got all the dates. But first of all,
yeah, I do got dates.
Before I get into this CBA, I have to shout out everybody in this damn chat right now. Oh my goodness, they are going hammer time. And y'all stuck with us on our Dak Prescott, Carson Wentz, Jason. That was tough. If you gotta really love football to stick with us, and y'all stuck with us, so I appreciate that, man. Actually grew. The chat grew during that conversation, so I appreciate y'all. But the CBA, the NFL CPA, they all agreed to push back the dates. If you got that Big Game, read that off real quick when I'm done here. To this weekend, I believe, is the vote. Then you got the franchise tags being pushed back to next week. And that is a big deal right now with the negotiations going on between Dak and Amari Cooper. Now, we had a big debate earlier about what these tags mean. I don't know if you're more familiar with it, Law, with the tags, the franchises, and the exclusive, non-exclusive transitions. Let me ask you, because without ever saying anything, Big Game, let's ask him right quick.
All right.
Dak Prescott, what tag would you use on Dak Prescott? Transition, non-exclusive, or exclusive tag? If you had to use one.
If I had to use one, and I'm going to preface my statement, I don't believe in the franchise tag, regardless of the situation or the scenario, because I look at it like a check cashing situation. And you guys can watch my previous videos on that. But I will use the exclusive franchise tag, and here's why. If you use the non-exclusive franchise tag, we do know that salary cap, dare I say, is a situation where some people have more money than you, and they can outbid you for that particular player. And on top of that, I don't think that the Cowboys are willing to go into a bidding war for Dak Prescott. So let's go ahead and put out the tender and put out there and say, okay, he's worth 2 first-round draft picks, or he worked for first and the third. However those things work out, and that's what I would do. The exclusive franchise tag.
Did we get that right, Big Game?
I heard him, but that don't mean nothing.
No, but did you? The ending kind of threw me off. Did you say you want to tag him to exclusive so we can get the 2 first-round picks?
Well, I would tag him to an exclusive. So if somebody tries to sign Dak Prescott, they got to give us 2 first-round draft picks.
See, Will. I told you.
But listen, Big Game, is that the non-exclusive?
Go ahead,
that's Donation. Hey, get them donations popping over here. We getting jealous over here. We. Can we get some of them donations over here? God damn it! You already over there getting fat, eating good, eating jambalaya, getting donate. Get them donations over here. No, but listen what you said, Law. Listen what you said about the franchise tag, though. I just broke down the the franchise tags. The exclusive franchise tag is where you cannot negotiate with anybody. You are set on that team for 1 year, no matter what. The non-exclusive tag is where somebody can outbid you, and if they do outbid you and you do not choose to match them, that's where you get your 2 first-round picks. The transition tag is where somebody outbids your team, and you say you don't want it, you don't get picks for it.
No, you got to repeat. My bad, man. I was being.
Lord.
I got it. Hold on. I got you.
Disrespectful. Yelling out $10 hollers over here. Can you repeat this more for more?
So, Law, what he's saying is, it sounds like you're actually asking for the exclusive tag, if that's what it is. He's saying
it's the non-exclusive.
I'm sorry, the non-exclusive. The non-exclusive, for what he's saying is, if you tag him that, you can get 2 first-round picks if you get outbid and you don't want to pay. But the exclusive, nobody has a chance to even negotiate.
No, when you do the exclusive tag, that's why I was telling you, Will, when I broke down the other players.
I know what you were telling me, and I'm telling you I would do exclusive.
I'm just telling you, and since 2012, there's only been 5 players that have got the exclusive tag.
And why isn't that worth it?
That's all I'm telling you, dog. You ain't got to like it. I'm just telling you that, and that's what it is. And it's only been Drew Brees. It's been Von Miller. It's been Le'Veon Bell. It hasn't been a lot of players. So that's all I'm telling you. So I don't know if they're going to put the exclusive tag on them.
So
the
Law,
non-exclusives is where they'll get 2 first-round picks.
So, Law, now what?
I got it backwards.
Exactly. I knew he was on my side with this one.
Yeah, he had it backwards, and I'm right.
No, he
no,
don't. Hey, Law,
I do. I want a cookie. I want a big fat chocolate chip cookie.
If I'm not mistaken, you don't even want Dak to even have the ability to negotiate with anybody.
That's the exclusive.
Right, and that's what he said.
Okay.
But he said he wanted first-round picks too, so that's the non-exclusive, dog.
I don't know. We're gonna have to Google this.
Look it up. I'm right. Go ahead and look it up. Look it up right now. Tell him look in the chat. I'm right.
Hey, y'all put
I am right.
Regardless,
just tell me I'm right. And tell me in the chat, am I right? Just tell me in the chat, am I right? Go somebody look it up.
If the exclusive is correct, then I would put the exclusive on because I don't want nobody bidding on him.
Okay, that's fine.
Life like this, I would. Raindrops fall. Like they big game Jane. Life like this, I wish.
Almost there. Hold on.
You silly boy. You silly boy.
In any rate, with these dates being pushed back, do you have those dates though?
Yeah, I got the dates right now.
Yeah, run
the updated NFL key dates for the NFL. I said that twice, but that's okay. Don't play it. Don't forget. Saturday, 11:59 p.m. EST is the deadline for players to vote on the proposed CBA. Monday at 11:59 a.m. is the deadline to apply the franchise or the transition tag. Monday noon, legal tampering windows open, and Wednesday 4 p.m. EST, free agency begins.
We brought the nation over here, baby.
Boss Cowboy says Big Game James is right.
Woo!
If Boss said,
and you know Boss be on it.
That boy good. That boy good.
He good.
So if I'm not mistaken here, you're okay with Dak Prescott leaving for 2 first-round picks?
I'm not saying any of that. All I'm saying is that there hasn't been a lot of players that have been on the exclusive tag because it's rare. So I don't know if the Cowboys are going to do that. I don't know if the Cowboys are going to say, you know what, we're going to put you on the non-exclusive. So if somebody does go after you, we're getting some compensation. I don't know because they even said themselves, the Cowboys said themselves that they're waiting on the CBA.
Yo. It's good stuff, man. It's good stuff, man.
It's just the truth. So we don't know where the Cowboys are really headed with this, because here's the thing. Let's say the CBA is not going to pass, in my opinion. I've been saying that from the rip, that the CBA is not going to pass before this deadline. I don't believe it is, because there's too much stuff going on. You got players accusing the NFLPA, Gene Smith, for going with the NFL. So I don't think it's going to get signed. So if you do have the two tags, right, you have the exclusive and the non-exclusive.
Right.
Let's say they say, you know what, we're not going to do the exclusive on Dak. We're going to do the non-exclusive. So then you leave it open for Amari Cooper to get taken, because you can't receive anything if you put the transaction tag on him.
And that's why I think they want to get Amari Cooper done first.
Right. So you don't have to deal with that. That's the biggest thing. That's why they're pushing it now, because they don't want to have to deal with that, because the biggest thing is you don't want to lose Amari Cooper too.
No, that's not happening.
But here's my thing, though. I
ain't losing Amari, dog.
But here's my hold in this report. Eventually, the billionaire is going to win. Let's be real about it. Eventually, they're going to get what they want. The players are going to fold just like they always going to do. It's 63 players on per team, right? So eventually, that collective bargain agreement, some type of agreement is going to go through. Whether it's 17 games, I heard some owners ready to go ahead and go forth with 18 games. So let's just be real about the situation. Even if this year they go play off the old collective bargain agreement and next year they roll out this new collective bargain agreement, because I think that these players are not going to pick it. They're not going to sit back and say, okay, we're going to fold and we're not, you know what I'm saying? They're going to play.
Yeah, they're going to play. I think they're eventually going to sign it, but I don't feel like they're going to sign it before that deadline.
We'll see.
I don't think they are.
Hey.
I hear a lot of it's like I said,
it's real in the middle right now.
The top heavy players, the stars don't like it, and they have a lot of the pull.
Who
a lot of the young players. We had George Iocca. Hey, Stellos, there you are. Let me do my dance. Stelios Cowboy with the $10 holla. Much love and respect. Go PJ James, go Cowboy. Hey, yeah. I'm sorry.
Shout out Stellos, man. He's a sponsor, man.
My fault. I didn't mean that. Stellos is a beast, though, Will. He's a beast.
I see him.
Yeah, they are.
No, you're right though. George said it. I just heard Chris Harris say it. A lot of people don't like this, but the lower guys,
they love it because they get more money,
get more bread,
and that's the problem, because that is the issue, because you have some of the think about it, Will, like if or Law, all of us, if we just get to a new job, right, and you got them top guys that are like the mentors at the job. You look up to them and things of that nature, and then they're doing a new collective bargain at the job, right? You're gonna think, man, I want to make some more money, but then you got them top dogs saying, man, don't sign that deal. It ain't a good deal. It ain't a good deal. You'll be like, I trust him. He's been here forever. So I'm gonna listen to him, and I don't wanna upset them guys. That's where I feel like them players feel like too, that they don't want to cross those top guys. And when those top guys automatically like, listen, young fella, it's not a good deal for you. A lot of them tend to listen. And like I said, I think the biggest thing is Russell Okung was one of the player reps who came out and is basically going against Gene Smith, saying that he's out there saying that we agreeing to this and we ain't agreeing to this. You get what I'm saying? And when you have that kind of friction and it's only a week left in it, I just don't see it passing.
They're at odds, man.
Not right now. They're at a lot of odds. When have you ever seen them just strike the deal just like that in the NFL?
The last time it went well. Last
time it went forever. It was almost a damn lockout.
It went well. It was. It was a lockout.
Right.
They had no off season for the most part.
Yeah, man, it's good stuff, man. Shout out to Standalone Complex, man, for the $5 holla, man.
$5 holla.
Man, really
that's why I threw that donation in there. I seen you. Hey, let's hop in the hype chat right quick.
Hyper,
What y'all talking
Yo
about
got fire.
You're gonna flame.
Oh man, we was running with the stuff until we got Sip. Sip said Dak cannot win without Zeke. He don't deserve Aaron Rodgers' money.
Seen games him win
haven't
Zeke.
earned that yet. If we can get 2 first rounders for Dak this year.
Tell him to get his damn attitude together.
I don't have that one lined up, but I tell you what I got for you.
I don't have the patience to jack with you today.
I don't, Sip. I don't. GG says exclusive team Dallas chooses where player Dak is traded. Huh. Interesting.
Do y'all really think somebody will offer 2 first-round picks for Dak Prescott?
Hell yeah.
Didn't they get 2 first-round picks?
Are you kidding me?
Whatever that man's name is.
For who?
Did the Texans give up 2 first-round picks for him?
For Larry Tunsil.
Larry Tunsil?
Yes.
Tunsil.
You crazy if you
What
think
team would go? I'm gonna ask
Miami,
you what team would do it.
Jacksonville, Cincinnati got the ball. I guess he's gonna pick number 1 overall. So I guess they don't need him.
The Colts.
The Colts. like I could keep going.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. I feel like you don't really believe he's that dude.
I do. I love that, but I mean, I'm just saying, you know, I don't know if somebody's going to do that with 2 first-round picks. Maybe the Colts have an affinity for him. I mean, I think maybe they have an affinity for him. But you know, I just don't know if somebody's going to offer him 2 first-round picks.
Oakland.
I wouldn't sleep on the Patriots giving up.
Good night, Trey. Oh my goodness, yes. Patriots.
They have first-round picks.
Why don't they?
I think so.
Do they have? I don't think the New England Patriots have a first-round pick, do they?
Because then you got to understand where will those picks be at too.
Man,
it's not that I don't believe in them. I just don't know if a team is going to do it. That's you know, how picks are very. You rarely see first-round. I was surprised Larry Tunsil went.
You know what's more valuable than a first-round pick? A franchise quarterback.
I hear you.
Let me repeat this again. Let me repeat this again for everybody. Brad Johnson won a Super Bowl. Trent Dilfer, Joe Flacco, Eli Manning. Hey, if you look at the records and if you look at the way they played, dare I say,
they also had defenses.
Ben Roethlisberger, he wasn't lighting it up like that. Oh, Russell Wilson. I know people think Russell Wilson.
All of them had defenses, though. All of them had defenses, though, Law. All of them teams that you named had defenses.
But what I'm
top defenses. Dallas don't have that.
Sip. Hold on, because we got people in here trying to check us. Sip said.
I'm trying to say that Dak Prescott is that different from a Joe Flacco, a Trent Dilfer, and a Brad Johnson.
He's better than them dudes. We know
What's Sip
that.
saying?
We know that. Sip said y'all should do y'all homework. He said homework and see how many games Dak won without Zeke. We do sports all day and we don't know that. Yes, we do. He's 500 without Zeke.
Exactly.
You happy?
Don't come out here with that mess, man.
You happy?
Don't tell nobody they need to do their stats. What?
He's 500 without Zeke. What? But this is crazy to me. So what that he's good with Ezekiel Elliott? Once again, Sip, and anybody out there, I challenge you to challenge me. Find me a quarterback, the first 4 years in the league, that has this astronomical, ridiculous winning record, that went to the Super Bowl, won the Super Bowl, hell, went to the NFC, AFC championship game without good coaching and good players. Find me that quarterback minus Dan Marino. Find me the quarterback in the last 25 years.
Remember, John Elway went to 5 Super Bowls, right? And he lost all of them until he got Terrell Davis.
You can't.
And remember, they was calling him a big-time choker.
Cowboys Nation 3-3. I just had to do that because you know people come in and say, you don't do our homework. Oh, trust and believe, brother.
We do our homework over here. Don't you be coming at us like that, boy.
Hey,
Sip.
Y'all got fire.
Hey, Sip.
I don't like your attitude.
All right. I love you, Sip. I love you. Challenge us. I like it.
We love you, Sip. We love you.
Right, before we get out of here, man, I do want to touch on a little bit of free agency.
All right.
I think cornerback is starting to creep up the board a little bit because we ain't not bringing back Byron. It's a fact. That's not happening anymore, pretty much. But name a couple guys that you realistically hope that we go out and we get in free agency.
Jordan Kelly. I was playing Family Feud. Jordan Kelly.
Family Feud.
That boy crazy, man. That boy crazy.
We got Vic Beasley, Snacks, Chris Harris, Jordan Phillips are all listed here, but there's other guys.
I mean, Jordan Phillips. I mean, there's tons of defensive tackles. Like you just mentioned, Snacks Harrison. Your boy isn't Dontario Poe. Isn't he a guy?
Poe. Yep.
Yeah, he's
another guy that's out there. This is a class that me and you just talked about it earlier on an earlier show, Will, that the Cowboys have to be active in free agency this year. They must. This is one of those, when they say, man, this is one of those drafts. This is one of those drafts. This is one of those. Hey, Oh,
Canelo.
Stelios.
Two of 'em.
Cowboys with the $10 holla. Let me finish this right quick,
My
Will.
bad, wrong
Don't
one,
cut
y'all.
off my donation. 15. I'm sorry. Sorry, Stelios. 15. A 15.
15, if you know what I mean, baby.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. He said you're gonna need a psychologist and a ability of police to clean your mind to think that we'll get 2 first rounders for that. He can't play without him. Sit, please.
Also, we also got a $2 holler from Tyrone Church. He says Trey Waynes 3 years, $30 million.
What?
Okay. Now, I think that the Cowboys, remember, I said this on a couple shows I think we've been on, that the Cowboys would go after a Trey Waynes more than a like Chris Harris. Remember how we was talking about that? Remember when y'all was like, Chris Harris? I said, damn, some Chris Harris. Remember I was saying that? And I said, they'll probably go after Trey Waynes. Now, my guy, Stevie Mack, 23, brought up as well, Tremaine Johnson just got released from the New York Jets. I know he was a high-priced bust over there. Yeah. But
he's a little older,
what do you think about him coming in as a Band-Aid for the Cowboys?
Well, hey, I got to say this, Big Game James and Scott. Here's the thing. I look at this free agency. There's two sides of it. There's a free agency before the draft, and there's a free agency after the draft. I think that we got enough free agent guys out there to answer team needs. I think that in the draft, you draft best player available. With the first, maybe through the third round, you draft best player available. And then you can start trying to figure out needs in the fourth or fifth and sixth round draft, you see. So I'm thinking that this Cowboys team, we got enough remuneration for the nation of money. We already talked about the salary cap increase. I think that with this new coaching staff, we should go out there and pick up people that can be bridge guys to help out people that we're going to draft in the draft, or draft or pick up people that we know for sure that can solidify our need, because we already know that we are terraforming basically.
Well, I'm asking you though. I'm asking you, Law, though. Would you take any one of the players? Would you take a Tremaine or would you take a Trey Waynes? Do you think that would be a good pickup for the Cowboys? And do you think if they do that, let's say the C.J. Henderson is available at the 17th. Remember we were talking, Will, if a Henry Ruggs, the third or the second, whatever, first, second, third, whatever the hell it is, if they was a donation. If he was available and C.J. Henderson was available, would you take that receiver over a corner if you got a bridge corner?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yes, I would actually go into this free agency, picking out who I need, and then I'll go get that explosive player in the draft. With the 17th pick, you look at Henry Ruggs. Check out my Instagram. Shameless plug.
Would you take him over? Would you take him over C.J. Henderson? Would you take him over C.J. Henderson if you had the choice between them two at 17?
Absolutely.
At 17, Henry Ruggs. If I already gave my answers during free agency,
shit, I don't care. I don't care if we didn't adjust.
Let's say we didn't even get a corner in free agency, and we're just rolling with Jordan Lewis right now and Cheeto, and you got Henry and you got a C.J. Henderson. Are you going for that corner, or let's do this? Remember we talked about it.
Difficult question, man.
Okay, well I'm asking you because I asked Will. He said it was Delpit, Ruggs, or Henderson.
No. We did Delpit. We did Delpit, Ruggs, McKinney. And then we did Delpit, Ruggs,
okay. Well, I changed it up just
That's
now.
fine. I mean, my answer is still tough, like Law said. That's a tough one.
It's tough, man. But I'm just going to lean toward defense, man. Best player available on defense, if that's the situation.
So,
but
it's going to be a tough draft, y'all.
No. Let me just go with this.
Go ahead.
Trust your draft board. Trust whoever that you got on your draft board is higher. If you have a Henry Ruggs higher than CJ, then you go out there and you grab a Henry Ruggs. Now, remember what I said. On the back end of the free agency, there's that second wave. Remember, some of the teams that drafted a certain player will release their veteran guys, and maybe you can have some plugs filled in from that part of it. Just maybe. I have to teeter-tatter back and forth with that, because that's the only way I can look at this particular draft, because you got so much talent first to the second and the third round.
It's going to be a tough.
It's
going to be a tough, to me, selection for 17, especially because there's a lot of good guys, and I feel like if they don't grab a Derek Brown or they're not going to get him, but a Kinlaw, if he doesn't get drafted, I think that's where you're going to see either a corner, a safety, or a receiver going to be taken at 17.
Corner, safety.
Yeah.
See, the wide receiver I think is more of a luxury pick at 17. And BPA is most likely only of a Jerry Jeudy or a CD Lamb or Henry Ruggs is there in regards to the wide receiver position. It is a luxury. I have Cowboys Nation 71 saying, Dak don't need weapons, we need D-line. And this is where I'm coming at, Cowboys Nation 71. We need to address that in free agency. Okay, here's my thing. This free agency, we don't have the same coaching staff, so hopefully we don't go into free agency with the same mindset. And you know what our mindset's been the last 10 years? It's been to be cheap and just put Band-Aids over in free agency and then go into the draft and still have slightly have to draft for need. We have the ability this year in free agency, especially on the defensive line, to scratch off the need for defense, period, in the first round of the draft. You can go out. You talked about Trey Wayne. You asked him, would you take a Trey Wayne? Yes, I would take a Trey Wayne. Now, with Tremaine Johnson, I don't know how I feel about Tremaine Johnson being the guy, but I would take a flyer on Trey. Not even a flyer. I think he's solid. I would take a Trey Wayne's. Hell, I would go get Chris Harris. I know everybody's like, oh, he's old. Oh, my God, no. I wouldn't go get him for $16 million, but I would go get him to see if he could play for me because I like Chris Harris. I do like Chris Harris. Hey, here's a guy. Here's a guy nobody's talking about. James Bradbury. Okay, go look up James Bradbury, cornerback for the Panthers.
Carolina.
Yes,
Carolina?
Okay.
Bradbury can play. He can play. So I feel like you can go get you a solid corner and the defensive line. Oh my goodness, man! What you talked about?
You can get a safety
game.
too, for real.
Well, the safeties are more of the Band-Aids in my opinion. Those are the more of the
There's some
Band-Aids.
pretty decent. There's some decent safeties out there.
Yeah, and this is how I feel about safety. Justin Simmons and Anthony Harris.
Anthony Harris
are the two guys that can come in. I'm not even thinking twice about it. I'm gonna start you, and you're moving on. We're moving towards the future with you. But Clinton Dix, J-Ron Curse, and the Bostons, Trey Bostons, and of those type of guys. Those are the guys that say, okay, listen. I'm gonna plug you in as my Band-Aid. I'm not quite sure I can move forward with you, and you're not gonna stop me from drafting a safety in the draft. That's how I feel about those guys. But I feel like you can go get a really solid corner and defensive tackles.
Yeah, you definitely can do that.
And go into the first round saying, hey, whoever the best player that falls to us, be it a wide receiver, be it a safety, be it a corner, I don't think we're going to get the two DTs falling. We'll take. That still
you could get some damn good DTs in this draft later too. So and here's the thing. If you get that defensive tackle like you're talking about, like we all been talking about, we can get that really good defensive tackle. Then you can grab one in the second or third round. There's some plentiful guys. I mean, there's tons of guys. I was looking at this list. There's a lot of good D tackles that you can plug in, and they still have Tristan Hill. I mean, I know people say what it is, but you never know. The staff could pull something out of him, so he could not. He might show. So you still have that available. So we'll see what that happens. But like you said, I really feel like this is the year that the Cowboys cannot play around in free agency. Not this year. It's too plentiful, especially at that tackle position. And you see that there's a huge need. You don't have Rob Marinelli there to deal with that little mumbo jumbo crap. So this is the time to really you don't have to get a fat boy. You can get an athletic big boy. You get what I'm saying? There's all types in this defensive tackle free agency that you can pick from. And the Cowboys cannot be cheap going into free agency this year because that can really take us over the hump. You sprinkle in the draft. The problem with Dallas is, like you said, Will, we do the bargain basement shopping, and then they put all their eggs in that draft. And if that draft doesn't pan out, then we're stuck.
No doubt, man. Speaking. You preaching over there, bro.
Facts.
Man, there's some good stuff. There's good information for the nation, too, man.
Good information for the nation. We checked out the locations, and it was a bunch of donations.
Hella donation. We love
donation.
We love y'all. Y'all got fire.
Man, the chat's booming today, man. I appreciate
y'all.
Who's
gonna get $20?
I kind of.
Hey, Will, man, I gotta say this, man, before we cut this thing up.
Yep.
Shout out to Biscuit. Come on over, man. I'm in his crib. I just met him today.
Oh, wow.
This is how big the nation is, man. And I said, man, I need somebody with some reliable Wi-Fi internet. And this brother from another mother.
Appreciate you, Biscuit.
Came in. and he support the nation. He watched the nation.
Hey,
He said, hey,
two piece in the
got
biscuit.
internet,
We appreciate you.
That's some good stuff. Hey, and Law, you got hella trust.
Thank you, Mark.
You got hella trust. You got hella trust over there, Law.
You got me some Paul Masson, baby.
Oh,
baby.
Oh yeah, you ain't playing around. You got that Paul.
Hey man, we got it going on, man.
Hey, we love cats that show love to the nation. We love y'all. Make sure y'all are on these shows when we going live. Make sure y'all in there so we can kick it.
Hey, we even got some. You know what? I have to shot, and this is rare.
Hey, Scott. Hold on, man, for a quick second.
Go ahead, brother.
The brother, he said he got tunes. He can sing. So hey, I'll put him on spot then. Hey, you the temptation. Why don't y'all sing something there? Come on, bro. Come on, I don't know what to say. Come on, sing something.
You done put him on the spot. Hey, Law, you done put this man on the spot.
Hey, you better be able to sing, dog, because I'm gonna tell you if you can't.
That boy good.
He good. Yeah, good and terrible.
Well, while he contemplating, I do want to do this one time, and this is, if you an Eagles fan in here, you better record this because I can't stand y'all. However, shout out to y'all in the chat today because y'all kept it real cool, calm, and collected, and y'all were some real ass cool fans up in here, man. And I don't run into too many cool Eagle fans. Y'all trash around my way, but y'all was really up in here cool.
Really
y'all trolled a little bit, but y'all was respectful with it. So appreciate you, Philadelphia Eagle fans. I appreciate you, and that's that. Now you ready? You ready for this song, brother?
We ready for the song.
All right, go ahead.
Since we were talking about 5 heartbeats all now, we're gonna do a heart is a house of love, and I learned that it don't take much to break a heart. Is a house of love, and I learned that it don't take much to break a heart.
Hey, clap it up for him.
Hey, okay, so guess what? Guess what you just nominated yourself for? So when we got an opening to a show, guess who gonna sing on one? Guess who's singing on one?
We got two pieces.
Donation. That's for real donation right there.
Hey, Biscuit, Biscuit, you got a SoundCloud?
Biscuit, plug your stuff.
Plug your stuff, Biscuit.
You need a plug.
All right, so check this out, man. You can find me on Facebook, Elvin A. Fry. You can find me on Instagram at I'm Chosen Music. Woo! And you can find me on Snapchat at Biscuit Sings with 2 Z's. So, yeah, man, y'all follow me, y'all support me. I got my new hit song called Falling in Love out now on all platforms. You can look it up on YouTube, Falling in Love by LBR Rob featuring Biscuit. Y'all can type that in, man. Let me know what y'all think. Check it out.
They got the donation to help grow the nation.
I'm going to check that out.
I appreciate it. Yes.
You got a cash
Shout out to Stewart.
I got cash out. My cash out is
Hey.
Elvin, ELVIN, Fry, FRYE.
And I know you can sing because you put Z's on the end of your sing. You put Z's on there, so I know you can sing.
That's right, Corey.
He got 2 Z's, so I know he can sing. You got Z's on there.
I hope you don't mind me calling you that 2-piece skin of biscuit.
Hey, it's all Gucci,
Biscuit.
Woo, man,
That's
you
the
got
name
some
right
pipes,
there.
brother.
Oh, I love it.
I love R&B, man, so I'm definitely going to be looking you up, man.
Yeah, you look like an R&B dude.
Why you keep saying that? Just keep saying that. It coming out.
Yeah, you look like a lover.
they mad at me because I'm light skinned, y'all.
Yeah, that's the light skin thing going on.
Y'all deep. Hey,
light bright.
Big game.
I know.
Big
I got
game.
light brights too. I got sons that are light brights. It's cool.
Big game.
I don't like your attitude.
I don't like your attitude, man. I don't like your attitude, brother.
So cut your damn attitude out.
Hey, but before we head out of here, though, I gotta see it, man. Nation, real quick. If you're fool with the late night hype, drop the hashtag late night hype. Fire this thing up because y'all were lit tonight. This thing went booming. It's getting better every show. If y'all didn't notice that, man. Hashtag it. Drop it in here. Late night hype. I'm not playing. I'm not playing about the memorabilia or about the merchandise. We have to get.
Yeah, we getting that late night
We
hype.
have to get the shirts popping, man. We have to. Shout out to all y'all in the nation. Dropping your location.
For the donation.
With the donations in this thing. Before we get out of here, Law, tell them, spell it out.
Man, LAW Nation, you guys can find me on MySpace, Black Planet, Instagram, hey, Twitter, Twitch, man, I'm everywhere, baby. Hey, also, yes. Oh, what they talking about? Light skin back in, baby? No.
Hey.
No, it ain't. It ain't back in. It's all about the dark. It's all about the black of the berry, the sweet of the juice.
It say the black of the berry.
The sweet of the juice.
Don't be hating off the light skin, man.
Roots, baby. Really appreciate you all. You guys know there's no color. It's just a reflection of the nation. You know how this thing go. Y'all hit me up. Y'all follow this thing. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go.
You see. Nothing but the best, you see.
Oak Cliff. Shout out to Oak Cliff, baby.
Oak Cliff.
Go ahead, Big Gang.
Oh, man, I'm just Big Game James. Just check me out on Silver and Blue Nation on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. And my Big Game James page is on Facebook. Jump on there. We talk Cowboys, talk however you like. We have a good time. And then you know how we do. Late Night Hype. Make sure you really support that on Tuesdays and go check out all our channels. Law Nation, Skywalker Steel, Silver and Blue Nation. We on this grind, baby, and we trying to make this thing happen for the 2020.
That's right.
Yes, indeed. Sanitation for the coronavirus nation, baby.
Hell yeah. How the hell Ohio State University ain't got classes? I ain't got to work. That's some bull.
Hey, Law, you did not just say help grow the nation, but make sure you use sanitation for the. Hey, yo, we about to be out on that one.
They tripping, man.
Hey, listen, man, you can find me on YouTube at Skywalker Still, man. I'm still growing my channel. I just really start getting into my channel in December, so I appreciate you guys continuing to rock with me. You can check out my videos if you haven't, and if you don't like them, hey, give me 2 thumbs down. That means it ain't gonna be no thumbs down. But if you do like me, rock with me, subscribe, go on to Twitter and at Because Cowboys. I'm really on there frequently. I like to engage with my guys. So keep rocking with us, man. It is the Late Night Hype. Even though I'm light skinned, I'm still going to rock out. Appreciate you guys.
I'm light skinned, but I'm a dark skin.
Peace. Oh, silly, man.
I'm still a dog skin.
You feel me?
Shout out to the nation, baby. We love y'all, man.
Shout out.